Hey everybody, it's your man Sal Williams. And today, Sam Weaver himself, executive investor and CEO, will be sharing yet another tip on how to raise capital for your real estate investing. And that starts right now. Fortune Weavers, my name is Sal Williams and welcome to another video. If this is your first time here and you want to learn how to grow your real estate investing business, find and close more deals, and all the real estate related stuff, start by subscribing and clicking the bell so you don't miss anything. So let's get started.
Hey everyone, Coach Weaver here with Fortune Weavers Academy to give you some tips to help you in your real estate flipping, investing, or wholesaling business. And our focus right now is raising capital. And today in particular, we're going to focus on what you can say to a potential private money lender to help them understand that you're knowledgeable about protecting their money and the investment that they've put their money into. And one of the ways to do that is to talk about how you're going to insure the property with the right type of insurance. So we're generally going to use a policy, an insurance policy that falls under property, casualty, and fire insurance. You're going to get the right type. So there's several types of insurance you can get. You can under-insure a property, and we do not want to do that. It's going to cost you some extra money to insure it because it's generally a construction job and it's vacant, which it creates more liability for the insurance carrier. So let's talk about that a little bit. So a lot of people will try to use a landlord policy and not tell the insurer that the property is going to be vacant or that there's going to be a construction. That's not the way you want to do that. And that's traditionally when you call your agent and you say, hey, you know, I'm doing this project. They want your business, so they're going to give you a cheap policy, and it's going to be a landlord policy. But the reality is, if that property has issues, like if it burns down and that property was vacant more than 30 days and you didn't tell them the truth, they're going to deny your claim and you're going to be in a lot of trouble and you're going to put your investors' money at risk. So that's not what we want to do. What we want to do is get the right type of policy. If you're doing major structural renovations to a project, or you're adding square footage, we're going to do what's called, we're going to get a builder's risk policy. It's expensive. It's probably the most expensive one out there. You pay in full for a year and you don't get any rebate if you finish early. But that policy lets your insurer know that you're doing major renovations to a project. So we've used that many times because we've done, you know, the projects where you leave a wall up and you're rebuilding. You're going to get a builder's risk policy for that. They're expensive. Over, you know, out here in Southern California, we're generally paying, you know, $2,000 to $3,000 a year for that policy, right? And if you take more than a year because of it's a major construction project, you're going to pay that twice, right? So you could pay as much as $5,000, $6,000 for an insurance policy if a project takes time. So you have to incorporate that into your cost. The one we use most often is a landlord vacant property where we're letting the insurer know, hey, we're doing minor construction, cosmetic. You know, we're not messing with load-bearing walls or things like that. So we're going to be doing construction to this. It's going to be vacant more than 30 days. And that policy we generally purchase in quarters. So it's a quarterly expenditure. You know, so we want to pay for that. So for example, most of our projects we're going to get done in under 6 months. So we're going to probably pay for at least 4. The benefit of this policy that I like is that if I finish in 4 completely from start to finish and I sell the property, I have 2 months of paid insurance that I actually get a rebate on. So that is something that I really like in the business. So those are the 2 types that we generally are always going to use. So always be upfront with your insurance carrier and say, hey, I want the right type of insurance. I don't want to undercut, because anybody will sell you insurance to try to get the deal, but you need that full coverage, because if you do enough of these projects, you will absolutely run into problems. You know, at this point we've done hundreds and we've had major issues where people break it. You know, you get squatter in Southern California in particular. We get a lot of squatters. Weather's really nice, so you get people that are out there looking for a place to stay. We also have scams out here where someone will take a vacant property, create a fake lease, change the locks, and take money from an innocent tenant. A potential tenant will take money and move them in, and then we get there and we have a squatter and they're like, wait a second, I paid money to move into this property, and they just got scammed. And so we've dealt with a lot of squatters, things, and we've dealt with someone breaking into properties and cutting our water lines probably for the fun of it, and then flood out a house. And so if you didn't have the proper type of insurance, again, you know, that claim would get denied. So it's really important to protect your money lenders and know the type of insurance. So what we did is we really got close to our insurance professional, asked a lot of questions, and that person's highly involved in all of our projects and knows that we have the proper insurance. And so that's a constant communication, where in years past when we first started out, you didn't ever hear from that person. It was a phone call and they just weren't involved, and that's not the type of relationships you want in this business. You want their cell phone, because if it's 11 o'clock at night and someone cut your water lines and you have to figure out if you're going to file a claim, you want to be able to reach that person, and that's the type of professional we work with. So that's your tip for today. Get the right type of insurance, sound knowledgeable about it so that you can protect yourself and your private money lenders. Hey, this is Sam with Fortune Weavers. Thank you for watching our video. Please hit the subscribe button below if you want to see more of these videos. Anyway, hey guys, we'll see you on the flip side.